New at 10, an environmental law group is threatening to file a lawsuit against a Lexington County flooring manufacturer over claims the manufacturer is releasing toxic forever chemicals into rivers and drinking water sources. Sam Shapiro explains the claims and the potential health concerns.
I spoke with Bill Stangler from Congaree Riverkeeper today. He, along with the Southern Environmental Law Center, sent a notice of intent to sue to Shaw Industries, who maintains and runs the plant on St. Andrews Road. Congaree Riverkeeper, an organization devoted to environmental conservation, has been taking samples from the Saluda River since 2022. They found roughly a dozen different PFA chemicals in the discharge samples they took from the river. Stangler says the discharge samples they took from the river initially came from the Shaw Industry plant and have made their way into downstream drinking water intakes in West Columbia.
The ways that people are exposed to it is through drinking water. There's also fish consumption. So folks who are catching fish in the Saluda River, which is a very, very popular fishery for recreational fishermen, if they're eating a lot of those fish, there's exposure that way. We also have concerns about the impacts to the river itself and the ecosystem. And so all of that can be resolved if they stop discharging these chemicals.
Testing for these specific chemicals is relatively new. In fact, the Riverkeeper says the EPA hasn't finalized its standards. The proposed EPA standards for safe drinking water sits at 4 parts per trillion. Near the plant, samples taken show numbers as high as 38 parts per trillion in 2 of the 15 forever chemicals found in the samples. But the chemicals are diluted as they travel downstream. Samples taken near the water intakes in West Columbia sit near the proposed standard. The city of West Columbia told me this afternoon they plan to use secured funding from DHEC's state revolving fund program to implement upgrades to the Riverside plant tailored to eliminate PFAs from drinking water.
We had done sampling over the last few years that showed that these chemicals were coming out of that plant. And based on the evidence that we were able to collect and pages of documents, we believe that those discharges have actually been ongoing, likely for decades.
Now, it's important to note the city of West Columbia says the water is safe to drink. I reached out to Shaw Industries this afternoon for reaction, and I have not heard back. Reporting in Columbia, Sam Shapiro, WIS News 10.